Dig it down, dig it down, dig it down, dig it, dig it down, dig it down, dig it down, dig it down, dig it, dig it down, dig it down, dig it down, dig it down, dig it, dig it, want you back. Do 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 do. Dig it down, dig it down, dig it down, dig it, dig it down, dig it down, dig it down. As simple as dig it, dig it down, ABC. 1, 2, 3, baby, let me go. Down, dig it down, dig it down, dig it down, dig it, dig it down, dig it down, dig it down, dig it down, dig it, dig it down. You see, I want you back. Do 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 do. Billie Jean, I'm a lover. Kid is not my son. Can't you see I want you back? Billie Jean, I'm a lover. Kid is not my son. Can't you see I take a second look? Show you that I love you. Back in your heart. Let you go, baby. You in his arms. I want you back. I want you back. To the moonwalk. Billie Jean, my lover. It's not my side. Can't you see I know wrong from right? Billie Jean, my lover. Kid is not my son. Can't you see I even want around? Show you that I love you. Back in your heart. Let you go, baby. ABC. Easy as 1, 2, 3. As simple as do, re, mi, ABC. 1, 2, 3, baby, you and me, girl. ABC. Easy as 1, 2, 3. As simple as do, re, mi, ABC. 1, 2, 3, baby, you and me, girl. 1, 2, 3, baby, you and me. Woo!
With that energetic introduction, we're ready to formally begin our program. The Alumni Association introduced the bold 10 Under 10 Awards a year ago to recognize recent graduates who are already making a mark in the world. As the name suggests, we picked 10 people who have graduated from Binghamton within the last 10 years. Although you were just students a short time ago and haven't been out in the real world a long time, it's amazing what you, our award recipients, have done. Their many accomplishments would take a very long time to discuss here on the figurative stage, so I encourage you to read everyone's bios in the program booklet. Our honorees come from different backgrounds and are in different endeavors, but have a few key things in common. You're emerging as leaders and using your Binghamton education to make the world a better place. We will certainly come away from today's event feeling even more proud to be Binghamton alum. Before we proceed to the awards, I'd like to introduce Binghamton University President Harvey Stanger, who will make a few remarks.
Thank you, Tamara. Congratulations to the 10 under 10. What does 10 under 10 signify? Yes, you certainly, water dripping from the sky. Yes, you certainly have achieved a lot, and that's why you've been nominated, and that's why the committee selected you. But did you know what the pool was that you were selected from? 40,000 alumni, right? 4,000 students a year over 10 years. 40,000 alumni are out there, and you are the 10 that were recognized for this. That's pretty cool. And I'm a 10 also. This is my 10th year in January. I've been here 10 years. So I think other than maybe some of the folks from the first class, I've shaken all of your hands as you came across the stage, I hope. Of course, if you graduated in 2020, I will be doing that tomorrow morning if you're here to stay for the 2020 makeup commencement. It's a big achievement. As I said, out of 40,000 alumni, you've been chosen to be the 10 that are deserving of this award. But you know that a lot of our alum are also well accomplished. Why is that? I think it's because Binghamton students, the way that they are prepared for life after college makes them take off a little bit faster than the rest. A lot of our Binghamton students come here maybe a little disadvantaged. Maybe didn't have all the things that a lot of other students might have had when they got to college. So they've learned how to accept what they have and to fight for even more. And so when they're here, they work harder than the average student. And when they graduate, they work harder than the average graduate. And they get recognized for it. And I've gotten to know some of you personally. In fact, this morning I was watching the Quiller clan back there doing a race this morning, a memorial race for Greg Wenzel, who passed away about 20 years ago. And Rob and Rory ran in the race. Rory pushed his two daughters in a stroller for 3.1 miles, and he probably ran faster than I certainly could. So it was nice to see you guys out there. And I also know Devin Tracy, who's not here, but one of the graduates, one of the first students that I ran with on campus back in 2012. But I look forward to hearing all of your stories as I read the bios and also listen to your remarks today. And I have one more thing for you. I've got a nickname for you. I'm going to call you the Boulders. You know, you're the bold, but bold is hard to kind of connect to some other noun. So let's call you the Boulders. And I think somebody grew up in Boulder, right? Is there a Colorado person back there? All right, good. So that's your new nickname. Thank you for being here. Congratulations. It's been 10 years, a lot less for a lot of you. Keep it up. We'll see you 20 under 20 or 30 under 30. Thanks so much for being here.
So our first recipient is Lewis Alert, class of 2010, MS class of 2013. He played a significant role during the pandemic as Director for Community Health at RWJ Barnabas Health. Lewis went into multiple hospitals on a daily basis as command center leader, planning and implementing strategies to best control the spread of COVID-19. Recognizing the social determinants of health, Lewis collaborated with local organizations to connect people with telemedicine, behavioral health, rent assistance, transportation, and food. He was named as Innovator to Watch in 2019 by the New Jersey Technology Council. Lewis, please come to the stage.
So first I want to say thank you. One of the disadvantages of alphabetical order is that my last name starts with an A, so I have to go first. Story of my life. But I just want to say thank you. So earlier we heard the president mention that there were people who come from disadvantaged backgrounds and they have a start at Binghamton University. So I was one of those, and I was in the Binghamton Enrichment Program back in 2006. My counselor, Linda, is there. But you know, one of the things they did is they made you work hard. So for me, being able to be during a pandemic and help those who are disadvantaged because of COVID or not so much, it meant the world to me. So I was happy to play that type of role there and always giving back to community. But I couldn't have done that without being a Binghamton alumnus, where I learned how not only to accept that you're from a disadvantaged background, but to learn how to compensate for it and just be as productive and achieve as much as you can. So thank you, Binghamton.
Thank you, Lewis. Very powerful speech. Our next recipient is Alessandra Arbor, class of 2012. Alessandra's nominators describe her as a phenomenal nurse and a genuinely kind and true caretaker at heart. She always puts others first. When COVID-19 emerged at hospitals in New York City, it was overwhelming and the hospitals weren't prepared. The Hospital for Special Surgery offered its nurses an opportunity to work at the emergency department at Weill Cornell. Alessandra answered the call, and for 3 weeks she worked tirelessly to care for COVID-19 patients. This meant she had to quarantine from her family and keep them from potentially being infected. Because of a prior commitment, Alessandra is not able to be here with us today in person. She joins us now on video to make a few remarks.
Hello all. A big and heartfelt thank you to the Binghamton University Alumni Association and the Bold Leadership Council for bestowing this honor upon me. I'm surprised and humbled to have been nominated. Thank you to those who put my name forward to be one of the 2021 Bold 10 Under 10 alumni recognized. The Decker School of Nursing prepared me for my vocation and life calling to be a nurse leader in my chosen profession. The quality of the education that I received set me up for success as a nurse. Now, after 10 years at the bedside in several different roles and capacities, I am very much looking forward to beginning another new chapter in my career, starting with graduate school. Thank you to my mom, Rose Dresgayo, to my father, Frederick Grum, and to my aunt, Mary Dresgayo, in whose footsteps as an extraordinarily accomplished nurse and clinician I hope to follow. And the biggest thank you to my incredible wife, Christina Arbor, whom I actually met as a freshman at Binghamton University, and who has been by my side ever since we were 19 years old as my partner in life. Suffice it to say, Binghamton University has endowed me with many blessings for which I have the utmost gratitude. Best of luck to this year's students, and of course, go Bearcats.
And with that, our next recipient is Christina Arbor, class of 2012. Christina has been called a true role model when it comes to leading by example. As a student, she led Binghamton's chapter of the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. Now, as a working professional, she's serving in leadership roles. In her career at Turner Construction Company, she has worked on projects in New York City totaling more than $2 billion in revenue. At Turner, she's an estimator and manager of the high-rise internship program. She has been honored for her efforts in increasing diversity, equity, and inclusion in her field. Because of a prior commitment, Christina is not able to be with us in person today. She joins us now on video to make a few remarks.
Hello, everyone. Thank you to the Binghamton University Alumni Association and the Bold Leadership Council for honoring me with this award. And thank you to those that nominated me. My experience at Binghamton University supported the development of my networking and technical skills and my passion for building activism and community work, which I have carried into my career in New York City and Connecticut. I'd like to thank Robert Dextry, Shanice Kent, Erica Rollins, Dr. Barnes, Dr. Santos, the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers, my Mountain View Suite mates, my mom, and last but not least, my wife, Alessandra Arbor, for all of their support and encouragement throughout my time at Binghamton. I remember it fondly. Go Bearcats.
Our next recipient is Lindsay Cox, class of 2017. In just 4 years since graduating from Binghamton, Lindsay has developed a reputation as someone who gets things done in the nonprofit space. In particular, her focus is program creation and implementation for rare disease populations. She's an accomplished grant writer who has raised more than $150,000 for her organization's advocacy initiatives. Lindsay is Director of Engagement and Strategic Innovation for the New York Hemophilia Chapter. She also serves as manager for the New York State Bleeding Disorders Coalition. Lindsay, please come to the stage.
Good afternoon. I would first like to thank the Binghamton University Alumni Association and the Bold Leadership Council for this outstanding award and for hosting the luncheon this afternoon. It's such an honor to be a recipient of the Bold 10 Under 10 award this year. To my incredible parents, Chris and Steve, who have provided unwavering love and support every step of the way. To my sisters, extended family, friends, many of whom are fellow alumni and here today, Erica, Catherine, Emily, for always pushing me to be the best version of myself. 4 years ago, I graduated from Binghamton University with degrees in political science, philosophy, politics, and law. and I was unsure of what path I would pursue next. But I left with the confidence knowing that whatever my next steps would be, my time at Binghamton had prepared me for it. Throughout my time at Binghamton, I was able to pursue many ventures. I took every opportunity that I could, working as an orientation advisor and a tour guide, joining Greek life, and embarking on an incredible adventure studying abroad in Barcelona, Spain. Whether it was serving as the social vice president of Newman College or as a student representative on the Binghamton University Roadmap Renewal Project, Binghamton gave me the opportunities in and outside of the classroom to explore my passions and gain valuable, applicable experience that prepared me for my career to come. My experiences at Binghamton also taught me about the value of and how to amplify my own voice and to use that voice to help others. This has led me to what I do now, advocacy work in the nonprofit sector. I have the privilege of serving a small community whose united voice has the ability to create change and positively impact the lives of many. To current students at Binghamton, I encourage you to follow your passions and make the most out of your 4 years here. I can tell you firsthand that it goes a lot quicker than you think. To the other honorees here today, congratulations to each of you, and know that I'm humbled and inspired to be in your company. To my fellow rare disease advocates, this award is as much yours as it is mine. They say it takes a village, and they're not kidding. And finally, I want to thank the Hemophilia Federation of America, the Bleeding Disorder Community's national organization, as I'm incredibly grateful and excited to be beginning a new position on their policy team at the senior manager level next week, where I hope to continue to make a broad impact on a national level. To me, it's the next great adventure. Thank you to the Alumni Association for this great honor. Congratulations again to my fellow recipients, and go Bearcats.
Thank you, Lindsay. Our next recipient is Maggie Fox, class of 2018. Maggie has dedicated her academic and professional careers to advancing smart energy solutions and further accessibility and growth in STEM fields for women and minorities. At Binghamton, she conducted extensive research on smart energy solutions, focusing on supercapacitors. Her passion for research is continuing at UCLA, where she's pursuing a PhD in material science engineering. Maggie's research has been published in several academic journals and served as a summer intern at Rand Corporation in Los Angeles. Maggie is unfortunately not able to be with us today. She joins us now on video to make a few remarks.
Hi, my name is Maggie Fox, class of 2018. And first and foremost, I just want to say thank you to the Binghamton Alumni Association for choosing me as one of the awardees this year for the Bold 10 Under 10 Award. To even be nominated in the first place is a really, truly an honor and something that I was not expecting. So thank you for thinking that some of the things I've pursued over the last few years was worthy of it. I do want to take a moment to thank my family, especially my parents, for sending me off to Binghamton in the first place, and my friends who I met while at Binghamton, as well as my partner who actually nominated me for this award. My experience while there really would not have been what it was without any of you. So thank you for your support while there and since. I also want to take a moment to thank some of the faculty at Binghamton who really helped shape me into who I am and encourage me to pursue some of my passions. So Catherine Bowman and Dr. William Ziegler with the Binghamton Scholars Program for always encouraging me to pursue the next thing that I had an interest in. As well as Dr. Wayne Jones in the chemistry department, who served as my mentor and academic advisor for all 4 years that I was there. Thanks for guiding me in my research career. Clearly, I liked what we did. I still do it now. As for my dissertation work, working in sustainable energy development. So thank you for that. And I also wanted to thank Shanice Kent with the LSAM program for giving me opportunities that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise, whether it was pursuing research abroad in France or personal and professional development that I got while I was on the Binghamton campus. The experiences that I got at Binghamton really helped shape me into the individual that I am today. So getting to continue to pursue some of that sustainable energy research that I discovered a love for while I was there during my undergrad, and getting to continue with my work in education advocacy and STEM advocacy for women in underrepresented minorities. It really is a cause that I don't think I would have known where to start in looking to try to help those groups if I didn't have the experiences that I had while I was at Binghamton. So really thank you for all of that. And thank you again for the honor of being one of the 10 under 10 awardees.
Our next recipient is Joshua Lampert, class of 2011. Joshua contracted COVID-19 at the start of the pandemic, and ever since has worked tirelessly to save COVID patients in the intensive care unit. He completed procedures that other doctors were willing and able to do, taking these on so his colleagues would not be exposed to COVID. During 12-hour shifts in Mount Sinai's hospital's cardiac intensive care unit wasn't enough for Joshua. He's also making an impact through research. A fellow in cardiology, Joshua noticed that a particular pattern change in the electrocardiogram, or EKG readings, were present in patients who became sicker and often died. He realizes these EKG readings, a measure of the heart's electrical activity from the surface of the chest, could potentially be significant and warranted further study. His research on the phenomenon was published recently in the Journal of American College of Cardiology. Joshua, please come to the stage.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you to the Alumni Association and the Bold Leadership Council for this really humbling and phenomenal award, and to the people who nominated me, my family, and of course my wife Amanda herself, a wonderful alumnus and successful lawyer, and huge partner in everything that I do. It's so surreal to be back at Binghamton after all this time, actually to the point that, I lived in Champlain as a freshman, and it was traumatizing to see that now there's the word old in front of the names. But Binghamton was really a profoundly important part of not only my life, and obviously I met my wife here, but it really provided us with everything that we could possibly need for a successful career, to meet amazing friends, and to have the resources necessary to make it in a modern world. So truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for this amazing recognition. And thank you to Binghamton for everything that you've given me, and my wife as well. And really, I can't stress how profoundly amazing Binghamton is as an institution. The incredible resources that it has bestowed upon us to really find success, and the amazing professors that I've met all along the way that have been so supportive. So thank you all again.
Thank you. Our next recipient is Jamal Lawrence, class of 2011. Jamal is a board-certified family medicine physician. He has traveled many country roads throughout the state of Georgia to deliver medical care to rural patients as a sole practitioner. Earlier this year, he established his own practice, Harvest Health MD. It is Savannah, Georgia's first Black-owned direct primary care practice with a special focus on lifestyle medicine and plant-based nutrition. He opened his practice because he's committed to providing affordable and accessible health care without the bureaucracy and red tape of the current health system. Jamal, please come to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. First and foremost, I'd like to thank God for this opportunity because without my faith, I don't know where I would be. We all know that talent is equally distributed amongst everyone, but opportunity isn't. And so I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'd like to thank my village, noted today by my mother, Laverne, and Shanice, my wife, because they have stood by me and supported me in all the endeavors thus far and continue to be a grounding force in my life. Thirdly, I'd like to thank Binghamton University and the Alumni Association for honoring me with this award. I spent the most formative and transformative years of my life here at Binghamton University. As a pre-med student, as a RA in Champlain and Whitney, as a student leader in the Black Student Union and Charles Drew Pre-Health Minority Society, as well as serving the community of Greater Binghamton. And for this, looking at this award, this to me is not so much about what we've done and we've accomplished thus far, but being bold 10 under 10 means that moving forward, I will continue to live my life boldly. I'll continue to, push the boundaries that I see before me and organize my life and make choices in such a way that I continue to live out what I stand for. So thank you, Binghamton University. Thank you to the Alumni Association for awarding me this award. I appreciate it.
Another very powerful speech. Our next recipient is Rob Kohler, class of 2012. Rob has advanced quickly in the healthcare field since graduating from Binghamton 9 years ago. He's the founder and CEO of Honeydew Consulting, a multi-million-dollar startup for lab-specific healthcare IT consulting. His company has created more comprehensive electronic medical record implementations, which has been especially impactful during the COVID-19 pandemic. Honeydew Consulting has completed projects for expedited COVID-19 testing and streamlined reporting dashboards for monitoring testing and vaccination distribution. Rob, please come to the stage.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. First, just want to thank, Binghamton University as a whole, also the Alumni Association, the Bold Leadership Council. Obviously, I'm a summation of my experience at Binghamton in terms of how I interpret data, how I feel like I needed to treat people, and sort of how I was able to find success. I really pulled a lot of that from my classes at Binghamton. Actually, it's pretty uncanny, just in terms of what I was able to pull from my time on the track team as well. So in terms of individual agency, discipline, and really just how to work with the team and live with your sport day in and day out really overlapped a ton with how I was able to find success as an entrepreneur in starting Honeydew Consulting. Honeydew, obviously, coming into something in the healthcare field, it's extremely important that you approach it in the right manner. It's not just about finding success, but it's about doing it the right way. And so as a part of that, it's knowing how to treat people, have a human aspect to make sure that what you're doing treats your consultants, your employees, and also the healthcare organizations, the hospitals you work with, in the appropriate manner, because that's what impacts patient care and patient care outcomes. Obviously, that was particularly important recently with the pandemic and how you have to interpret data to get results fast for patients and doctors alike. So with that being said, certainly it's a team effort. Again, pulled all this from Binghamton, my support network, and then I have to thank also probably my biggest takeaway from my time at Binghamton, my lovely wife, Caitlin. Thank you.
Our next recipient is Devin Tracy, class of 2013. Devin is a proud Watson alumna and has been involved with the college since she graduated. While maintaining a busy career as a program manager and team lead at Lockheed Martin, she has given back to Watson through mentoring and speaking to students. In 2019, she was selected for a competitive leadership development program at Lockheed in the area of sustainability. Under her leadership, the company has realized more than $5 million in annual energy savings, and the largest on-site solar photovoltaic system was installed. Devin is not able to be with us in person today. She joins us now on video to make a few remarks.
Good afternoon, Bearcats. It's such an incredible honor to be receiving this award today. I'm very humbled, and I want to give a shout out and thank you to all of my professors and teachers and leaders and friends and family that really helped me cultivate my time at BU. It's hard to believe that it's been nearly a decade since I graduated, but I'm really happy to still feel connected to the community. And it does feel like yesterday that I was applying to colleges. I remember visiting on a rainy day and almost ruled it out, but I'm glad I didn't. The other thing is I remember coming into college being such a shy person, but I really left BU feeling prepared and really ready to take on the world. So I'm just proud to be an alum of one of the premier public schools in the country. And I really do reflect on my time at Binghamton often. So just want to say thanks again and hope you're all enjoying the foliage. And I look forward to crossing paths with many of you soon.
And last, but certainly not least, is Ashley Wells, class of 2018. Ashley is dedicated to uplifting and empowering her peers, especially Black women. She accomplishes this through her research and academic pursuits and her nonprofit work through the Prosperity Project. Ashley is a co-founder and chief development officer of this organization, which advances Black women financially, professionally, and holistically. The Prosperity Project has dismantled systematic barriers of student loan debt and work to increase financial literacy. She recently joined the Bearcats of the Last Decade Leadership Council. Ashley, please come to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would first like to thank the Binghamton University Alumni Association for selecting me for this award. And I'm really so excited to be here. Having been an alumni of this university for 3 years now, receiving this award is truly something special. And I'm also honored to be in a room with such talented and driven young alumni. I would just like to take this moment to thank my parents for supporting me through all my professional and academic endeavors. Their love was what got me through my time at Binghamton and to where I am today. Thank you all again so much.
All right, let's have another round of applause for our award recipients. We're all very proud of you and what you've done, and hope you'll stay connected to Binghamton as you achieve future successes in life. Because they did such a great job today, to kick off today's program, I'd like to bring back the pegs to close things out. Thanks again for coming today. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of homecoming weekend.
we'll sing.